Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to look at two-step money problems. So, two-step problems we have encountered before in math. It often involves making two calculations as opposed to just here are the two numbers, add them up, subtract them, whatever. So now there's going to be two steps. And it's a good time to use it because, again, when we use money, money is real life. It's something we do every day. If you're with a parent, you see this stuff happening on a regular basis. In our problem today, Lucas spends $3.45 on a book and $3.75 on pencils at the book fair. If he gives Mrs. McKinnon $10, how much change will he get back? So we know that he is spending $3.45 and $3.75. And he's spending money. That means he's giving his money. He's making a purchase, so he's giving his money to Mrs. McKinnon so that he can get two items, a book and pencils. He's also going to give her $10. He's giving her $10 to pay for those items. So how much change will he get back? So the first thing we need to do in this problem, is find out how much he spends in total. So how much is he actually going to pay for these items? So let's look at the problem again. He spends $3.45 on a book and $3.75. So what operation do you think we're going to use for this first part to figure out how much he spends in total? Here's your key right there. That's our thinking. We're going to add these values up. Good. So as I'm getting these values ready, just think about the last time you were at the store with mom or dad. When we buy multiple items and you hear the scanner scanning the items going beep, beep, and so on, that's because those items are being added up together to give us a big total. So we are going to take these two items and figure out how much does Lucas need to pay Mrs. McKinnon. So we can take our 5s and add them up. Notice again how everything is nicely lined up here. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So if I get 10 or higher, I can regroup. 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 plus 7 is 12. So I can regroup again. And now I'm going to put my decimal in. Decimals just stay always lined up. Double the 3's is 6, plus 1 is 7. So again, what does $7.20 mean? It means that is how much his items cost in total. Good. So that is what, if this was a real story, Mrs. McKinnon would probably say, okay, Lucas, you owe me $7.20. And that's when Lucas would give Mrs. McKinnon the $10. But the story doesn't end there. Lucas now needs to take that Mrs. McKinnon's going to take that $10 and give Lucas some money back. We know that as being the change. So I'm going to show you a little trick here that you can do when dealing with numbers with lots of zeros here at the end, and it works really, really well with money. So if I want to find out the change, that would be subtraction. Okay, and this is what we would normally do, right? So I would do something like that, and we would do subtraction that way. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is a neat little strategy so that we're not always going to be borrowing and borrowing. So the first thing that I want to do with this strategy is I want to change this 0, 0 here. Okay, I'm going to change that to 99. All right, so watch what happens here. So I'm going to take away a penny. Okay, so take away 1 cent. I'm just gonna write it down here just as a little note for you. So if I take away 1 cent from $10, that's gonna leave me with $9.99. okay? And then I'm going to subtract the 7.20. So I took away 1 penny, and I'm going to now subtract the 7.20. Okay. Now just remember this penny. We're going to put that penny back. We're just going to, it's like we're going to just take 1 penny away and we're going to add it back after. Now what's the nice thing about this 999? We don't need to do any regrouping. So now we can just look at this and go, okay, 9 take away 0 is 9. 9 take away 2 is 7. Put in my decimal. And 9 take away 7 is 2. And now we're going to add that penny back. So we're going to add that 1 cent back that we took away. We just took it away just to make our subtraction a little bit easier. And that's going to give us a total answer of 279 plus 1 more penny. So 79 plus 1. You have the answer. $2.80. Okay, so in this problem here, we know that Lucas will get back $2.80. Okay, so this little strategy works when you have a lot of zeros at the end. If we take away a penny, it means that we're not going to be at $10, we're going to be at $1 less, so 9. And we're going to be at 1 cent away from the next dollar. So it should always be 99 cents in that case. This value might change depending on what your total is, total number of dollars that you have. Okay, so that is an example of a two-step problem. All right, so step 1 was find out how much money he spends. And step 2 here was, oops, let me just see if I can change that. Oh, it's not letting me do that, is it? Let's call this finding the change. Okay, and I'll just put a little 2 beside this step here. Okay, so there are your 2 steps to solving money problems. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. I have one more problem I want to share with you. Okay, and in this problem it says Jacob has 10 quarters. Jacob wants to buy a drawing book and new pencils at the dollar store. The drawing book costs $3.25 and the pencils cost $2. Does he have enough money? If not, how much more does he need? So, a couple of key things to know here. This is what Jacob has, 10 quarters. So we're going to need to do something with that. He wants to buy a drawing book and he wants to buy pencils. Okay? Does he have enough money? If not, how much more does he need? So if we're looking at our problem here, let's see what we have. Oh, let's see what we have here. So we have Jacob's 10 quarters, and I just quickly drew them here for you. So I want to first find out how much money does Jacob really have? I know he has 10 quarters, but how much money is that? Now we know that quarters, when we count by 25s, it's 25, 50, 75, 100, or $1. So I'm just going to group these quarters into piles of 4 because I know that that is quickly going to make $1. Okay, so I've got $2 circled and I have 50 cents here. So Jacob has $2.50. Does he have enough money? Well, looking at the problem, I already know the answer. I know it's no, because the drawing book is already $3.25. And then I also have to add on the pencils, which are $2. So I already know, no, Jacob doesn't have enough money. But let's just see how much he needs. In order to find out how much he needs, I need to find the total. So I'm going to take the $3.25 and I'm going to find out, well, how much does Jacob need? He has some of the money, but how much does he actually need? That should be a 0, my apologies. So I'm going to take the two values here, because if he was to go to a store, they would add up the values of the items and say, this is how much you owe. 0 plus 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. Decimal. 3 plus 2 is 5. So if Jacob wants these two items, he is going to need $5.50. So the question says, how much more does he need? All right, this is a great question for a number line. This is also, we can also use subtraction. So let's just start with a number line here, because we know how much he has, and we can work our way up to the $5.50. Okay. And some of you boys and girls, I know you're doing the number line in your head, and that's awesome. It's always good, though, just to remember to use those pictures to help you, or to share your thinking with a parent. So 250, I'm going to count in this case by 25. So 250, 275, $3. So I'm just going to write down here $3. Okay. And that was there it is. And that was a jump of 50 cents. Okay. And now that I'm at a solid dollar, I can do a jump of $1, $3, $4, $5. So I'm going to just draw my $5 in here just as another reference. I don't know why the decimal doesn't want to work for me. There we go. And that was a $2 jump. So far we've jumped $2.50. Okay. And then my last jump from 5 to 550 is another 50-cent jump. Okay. So that should have been 525 and 550. All right. And again, boys and girls, some of you might have decided, hey, Ms. McPherson, I can jump by $1 each time. I could have gone 250 to 350 to 450 to 550. You're absolutely right. Because if I take these jumps now, I have $2, $2.50, and $3. So in this case here, Jacob needs $3 more. He needs $3 more, boys and girls, in order to get the two items that he really, really wants. All right. Now, could I have done subtraction to find those items? Absolutely. Let's just quickly set that one up. So I'm going to find out how much he owes, and I'm going to take away how much he has. And that's going to tell us how much does he need. Now, just looking at the numbers here, I don't need to change anything because all of my numbers on top are the same or bigger than the numbers on the bottom. So 0 take away 0, 5 take away 5, decimal stays in its place, and 5 take away 2 is $3. So boys and girls, these are two examples of a two-step problem. So when you're reading these types of problems in your practice work, keep in mind, what am I being asked to find, and what strategies can I use to solve them? I hope the strategies that I showed you today help you with your practice work.